The Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline has proven a contentious topic in US-European relations. But Washington this week said it was dropping its opposition to the project after reaching a deal with Berlin. The pipeline is supposed to double the volume of gas delivered to Germany via the Baltic Sea. But critics say it will give Russia too much scope to control energy supplies to Ukraine or other European nations. DW's Moscow bureau chief talked to former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev about it.
The Kremlin is one of the biggest stakeholders in the German-American deal. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev told DW that the agreement would pave the way for the completion of Nord Stream 2. Positive words, even though the agreement pledges action if Russia uses the pipeline as a weapon to disrupt gas flows through Ukraine.
Even though we don't like a few formulations, and there are a couple of clauses on sanctions, it's still better than destroying a nearly finished project that is so important for Europe.
And you're not afraid of a couple of clauses, sanctions as you say, if Russia were to stop transporting gas through Ukraine?
If someone imposes sanctions, we would survive. But I think something else is happening right now. We're seeing European and American politicians performing a ritual dance to recognize the fact that the Nord Stream 2 project has succeeded.
Medvedev rejects the criticism from Nord Stream 2 opponents that the pipeline will leave Germany too dependent on Russia for its energy needs.
You can never be too dependent when it comes to trade. Trade is always mutual. If Germany is dependent on Russian gas supplies, then Russia is dependent on the market prices and certain delivery volumes being approved.
Medvedev is convinced that the Nord Stream 2 project is not political but rather commercial. He feels that the US created difficulties on the path to completion out of its own self-interest.
At a certain point, our interests clashed with those of the United States. Washington realized it's much more profitable to supply Europe with its own liquid gas and earn money doing it. The Americans applied pressure and Nord Stream 2 became problematic. These problems are down to US economic interests and its attempts to profit from the European market.
Moscow says it regrets that Germany and the US agreed their deal without Russia's participation. Kremlin speaker Dmitry Peskov compared it to holding a wedding without the groom and rejected the accusation that Russia had ever used the supply of natural gas as a political instrument.